What is up, guys? My name is Zach. Hope you're all having a fantastic day and welcome to the day 159 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season, where we talk about everything that happened in the world of basketball from the previous day. That being said, not as much to talk about today, but we still do have some stuff, so let's just hop right into it. One spot up. That is all it takes. Just moving one single spot up in the NBA draft can either make or break you. That's the difference between getting the player that you want to the player that nobody wants. Back in the 2015 NBA draft, moving one spot up made all the difference in the world to Thunder, as they had the 14th pick in that draft. And according to a report that came out yesterday, Kevin Durant wanted shooting guard Devin Booker in that draft. The Thunder were going to draft Devin Booker in that draft, but of course we know what happened. That one spot differential from the 14th pick to the 13th pick made the difference between Devin Booker becoming a Sun and Devin Booker possibly becoming a part of OKC, and of course which meant the Thunder had to draft Cameron Payne, and he's currently spending time in the D-League for Chicago. While on the other hand, Devin Booker just had a 70-point game, which got me thinking, what if they did select Booker? How would the team look today? I mean, if they could have moved up just one spot in the draft, that could have changed the way that the entire team looks today. Who knows? As a rookie, Devin Booker averaged just under 14 points per game, and if he could have been a productive player for OKC, maybe he would have been that slight, gentle push that they needed to overcome the Warriors in the playoffs last year, which means Durant most likely stays in OKC, and they could have been the front runners to win the championship this year if they could have just moved up one spot in the draft. You know, it's crazy to think about, but that's going to lead us directly into today's question of the day. How do you think drafting Devin Booker would have affected the Thunder? What do you think would have happened differently if they were able to move up one spot in that draft? For me, I mean, it would have been a huge deal, since a huge hole OKC had in their roster was not just at the 2 guard, but shooting in general outside of Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. I'm sure that they would have loved to have Booker out there with them stretching the floor, and on top of that, he would have been a guy that they could turn to a bit on the offensive end when either Durant or Westbrook was out of the game. He could have been that second scoring option when either one of those two guys came out the game, or maybe third scoring option considering Enes Kanter. As for whether or not he could have been the deciding factor when it came to the series against Golden State Warriors, I don't know. I mean, he was just a rookie, and who knows how good he would have been if he was on the Thunder. But at the same time, they were just so close to beating them. Literally a couple of made free throws or just 1 or 2 made shots was the difference between the entire series. And even if they did still lose to Golden State and Durant still decided that he was going to leave, no offense to you, Victor Oladipo, but I would take a backcourt of Russell Westbrook and Devin Booker over Victor Oladipo and Russell Westbrook every day of the week. Let me know your answers to the question down in the comment section below. But now, speaking of answers, let's take a look at what some of you said from yesterday's video. So yesterday, after Jusuf Nurkic was ruled out for the remainder of the regular season, I asked you guys whether or not you believe the Blazers would still make the playoffs, and most of you did think they would. Omar Ehab says, the Blazers should maintain the 8th seed easily. Last year, they were the 5th seed, I think, without Nurkic. But at the beginning of the season, something happened to them. Nurkic came and woke them up. They should play like last season, and then they will be just fine. Then Nurkic can come into the playoffs and they'll be even better than last season. I would want to say that they'll continue to play like they did last year, but at the same time, if they were going to play like they played last year, then they probably wouldn't even trade it for Nurkic in the first place, because they were a pretty good team last year, and they were expected to be even better this year, except of course Festus Ezeli and Evan Turner haven't really worked out too well for them. But you're right, I still do think that they will maintain the 8th seed, and they will be much better when Nurkic returns. Rushy says, honestly, I think the Blazers can make the playoffs. There are 4 teams that they can easily beat for their last 7 games. They are playing against the Timberwolves twice. They can beat them if they try. They can most likely beat the Suns tonight. They did. They can try to beat the Pelicans, but if they don't, it's fine. If they win 4 out of 7 games, the Nuggets need to win their last 7 games to make the playoffs, and that ain't easy. You are right. Nuggets would have to win out their last 7 games. Even if the Blazers win 3 of their last 7 games, the Nuggets still have to win 6 of the last 7 games, which is not easy whatsoever. But pre-Nurkic, the Blazers were really struggling, and I don't think anyone had them making the playoffs at that point in the season. So the turnaround they've been able to make after getting Nurkic is quite amazing, actually. But that being said, especially since they did beat the Suns last night, it should be pretty easy for them to win at least 2, if not 3 more of their final 6 games. That's gonna wrap it up for this portion of the video. Now let's hop over into the games from last night. 4, that was the magic number for Portland coming into this game. 4 more wins and they are basically guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. And with the way they had been playing, winning 4 of their last 7 games would be a piece of cake. Although they will be without their up-and-coming big man Jusuf Nurkic for the remainder of the regular season. That being said, after yesterday, the magic number is now only 3 as they get the 130-117 win over the Suns. Damian Lillard had a team high 31 points while CJ McCollum added 29, and they both had 7 assists and 5 rebounds as well. I swear, these guys are like the same player. On the other hand, Devin Booker also had 31 points and 7 assists, while Marquise Chriss had 19 points and 13 rebounds. What is it with teams and not being able to keep leads lately? Seems like just about every game one team goes on top by a bunch only to have that lead whittled away by the other team. That's what happened to the Clippers last night when they played the Lakers. Now don't get me wrong, the Clippers still got the win, but after being up 21 headed to the 4th quarter, this was a bit of a comeback scare though, and 115-104 was your final score. Blake Griffin had a game to remember as in this game he hit the 10,000 career points milestone, becoming only the 2nd player in Clippers history to score at least 10,000 points as he had 36 points on 12 of 15 shooting as well as 8 rebounds and 5 assists, while CP3 had 29 points and 12 assists. Brandon Ingram showed the side of him that Lakers fans thought they would get more of this season last night though, as he had 18. This man, Jimmy Butler, puts in straight up work. Like, this guy has legit been carrying the Bulls basically the entire season and really last season too, and I can respect that. And with the 106-104 win over the Hawks, the Bulls jumped all the way up from the 9th seed to the 7th seed. Heck, they still have time to catch the Hawks for the 6th seed too, since Atlanta only has a 2-game lead on them currently. But like I said though, Butler balled out last night with 33 points, 8 assists and 5 rebounds, and even Rondo was hitting shots as he had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Dennis Schroeder had 29 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and Tim Hardaway Jr.'s game-winning 3 at the buzzer barely missed as he scored 20 for Atlanta. After Ricky Rubio caught fire in his last game against the Lakers, I was looking forward to this one to see if he could even come close to duplicating that performance. And I don't know how many of you know about the law of averages or whatever it's called, but I guess Believer in that law would use Rubio's past 2 games as proof that it might exist. As against the Lakers, he couldn't miss, and yesterday, it looked like he had never shot the ball before in his life. 1 of 10 from the field for Ricky, and the Kings wind up with the win. Buddy Hield continues to play well for Sacramento, and I'm happy that it seems like this trade worked out for him as he had 22 points, and Ty Lawson took it back to his Denver days with 21 points and 11 assists in only 25 minutes. And for the Wolves, Andrew Wiggins scored 32 and Karl Anthony Towns had 26 points and 11 rebounds. 123-117 was the final score. You know, for all the strange trades they pulled off over the past couple of years, the Magic still do have some nice young players and some potential. Whether or not management can realize the potential is another question though. I mean, Peyton, Vucevic, and Gordon are all pretty good young players. Heck, even Evan Fournier is a pretty good young shooting guard too. But that being said, potential doesn't win games. Winning wins games. I mean, just as Brooklyn, as they were the ones who won and got the win last night, 121-111, thanks to Brook Lopez once again putting Brooklyn on his back with 30 points and 7 rebounds, and Trevor Booker was absolute flames last night too, as he had 23 points on 11 of 12 shooting from the field. Peyton did have a triple-double though for Orlando though, with 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists, while Gordon played well with 22 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's gonna wrap up all the action for the day 159 recap of the 2016-2017 NBA season, and now it's time to get into the player of the day. Yesterday, you guys selected DeMarcus Cousins and his 37 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks as your player of the day, and here are today's nominees. You have Brook Lopez and his 30 points and 7 rebounds. Jimmy Butler and his 33 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. Blake Griffin and his 36 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Damian Lillard and his 31 points and 7 assists. Or Ty Lawson and his 21 points and 11 assists in 25 minutes. You guys can go vote for the player of the day right now by following the straw poll link down in the description box below. But other than that, thank you once again for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it and subscribe to my channel for more daily NBA videos. Also, I will have a link to my second channel down in the comment section and the description box below. Make sure you guys go follow that. If you guys want like one of the original 2,000 or 3,000 people to follow me before the season started, you kind of know what to expect on that channel, except better. I should start posting as soon as this week. But until then, keep getting the buckets, Team STC, and I'm out of here. Peace!